That magical moment after a heavy summer downpour. The air is clean, the world is washed, the fresh, life-filled smell of ozone and earth is everywhere. When the sun hesitantly peeks out from behind the gray clouds and shows its face, that perfect arc of colors stretching from one end of the sky to the other appears. Rainbow. This natural wonder that fills people, regardless of their age, with a childlike fascination, as if it were a gift, a secret of nature, is not actually a spell, but the most elegant poem of light, one of the most fundamental laws of the universe. Throughout history, people have been unable to help but attribute meanings to this celestial bridge. It was a passage connecting the world of the gods and the world of men. The Bifrost Bridge, guarded by the god Heimdall in Norse mythology. It was a symbol of hope and a divine promise. In many belief systems, a sign of the peace God made with the earth after the flood. It was the sign of an unattainable treasure. In Irish legends, it was believed that a dwarf, a leprechaun, hid a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow. All of these stories are a reflection of the deep sense of hope, awe, and inaccessibility that rainbows evoke in the human soul. To solve the scientific secret of this colorful dream, let's choose a single beam of light, a flood of photons, as our hero. This light, which appears white or pale yellow to our eyes, is actually an illusion that contains all the colors of the universe. Just like a single sound created by all the instruments in an orchestra playing simultaneously, white light is a combination of all the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. In other words, a spectrum. Normally, these colors move together in perfect harmony, so we cannot separate them one by one. Something is needed to separate them: a maestro. That maestro is millions of tiny spherical water drops suspended in the air after rain. Each drop acts as a perfect optical prism. Our hero, the light beam, after its rapid journey through space, passes through the atmosphere and encounters one of these water drops. The moment it enters the denser water from the air, its speed slows down and its path bends slightly. This first bending is called refraction. The light travels for a very short moment inside the drop and hits the inner back wall of the drop. From there, it reflects like a mirror and returns to the direction it came from. The real magic happens when it leaves the drop. As the light exits the water and into the less dense air, it speeds up once more and refracts once more. This second moment of refraction is when the conductor of the orchestra waves his baton. During this refraction, each color that makes up the white light is bent at a different angle because it has a different wavelength. Red, with its long wavelength, is the least bent and the most stubborn color. Purple, with its shortest wavelength, is the most bent and the most flexible color. These different bending angles separate the colors from each other, opening up like a fan. White light is broken down into its basic colors, that magnificent spectrum. So why do we see it as an arc? An arc? Because a rainbow is actually the visible part of a three-dimensional cone. Our eyes are at the apex of this cone. Imagine the sun behind you. The light reflected by the water drops at an angle of about 42 degrees to your eye appears red. The light reflected at an angle of 40 degrees appears purple. The other colors are arranged between these two angles. The millions of drops that maintain these fixed angles create that perfect arc in the sky. That's why you never reach the end of a rainbow. As you move, it moves with you, because it is not a physical object in a specific place, but a personal optical phenomenon that depends on the precise geometry between your eye, the sun, and the water drops. Sometimes, if the light is reflected twice inside the drop, you may even see a second rainbow, which is fainter and has the colors in reverse order. The next time you see a rainbow, remember that it's not just a pretty sight. It is proof that the sun, the water, and you, the observer, were in perfect alignment at that moment in the universe. Without you, the equation would be incomplete. It is physics at its most artistic, a colorful dream that light sees on water drops and shows you.
The Door to Knowledge, presented by Toyer TV. Don't forget to take your place on this path of discovery and enlightenment.